music was sponsored by Moloya Topa. There we go. Oh. Sapete da gewa na mombre ke zinwa eke serewa mage kwale o. Ma obita ya jeno gbere e mo were gbere o jeno gbara gbere ma kingbe ko wigare ni ma mi oge nza isuo ni ma mi oge nza isuo baba se yo gbede nza isuo se na we suo gebe o nza isuo baba mi badu oge nza isuo lo badu oge onore o musa berete papa isuo iseke imama o isuo bo wo ma ke won yo e wo ma ke ba mo musa berete ale pesa we mama ko ga suo bo wo ga ke won yi ya ba ta ni ma da ba do te so sabia onore o musa berete atole ya yi balo lo vacante pon kante lo vacante ni vacante ye bataya onore o musa berete atole ya yi de won ye kentere de gboto mi de o musa berete de gboto mi de o pro Austin TV kwayewe ni ma mi oge musa isuo lo vadu oge musa isuo baba ni vadu oge musa isuo kante mi oge musa isuo baba mi oge musa isuo onore o musa berete dage popola lo labi abeke amu muwa ami pare kemo lo bakante bon kante ni makante ko labi ado ko tabio ko labi ado ero seni kore e ma ya to kwasi onore o prince to pana yera we aye de sangapia lo bakante bon kante ni makante de mi die si mika hey the clean kwasi this appreciation music was sponsored.
I bought my first machine, the yellow machine. We pay $175,000 for the motor grader. The first one. Last week, we just signed a contract for 26 pieces of yellow machine. But what we did international bidding, which means we reached out to, we called that one request for proposal. We went to you, we want to buy 26, we send the list to you, we tell you give us your best price. We tell you give us your best price. We take it, we bring it to people to say, this, guess what we did? We came to a Liberian company. They said, look, here we are about to pay over $2 million to a foreign company to supply us all these machines, around 3.6 million. If you give us the same price and the same service, we'll buy it for you. The Liberian company said, let me reach to my source. And the man went, he came back stable, and they accepted our deal. Last week, Saturday, before I left Liberia, we signed a contract. Next January, between January and February, there will be 26 yellow machines in Liberia for the CMT across the entire country. Wow. Going to the southeast, going to the western belt, Bon, everything. Why the government decided
So
not to be transparent with their own, we're going to move. And again, Seko, we are not in competition with the government. The CMC believes the government of Liberia should be doing 1,000 things. Where we see the government has no intention of going, we'll go there and relieve our people. We do not believe in going to Liberian people to ask them to vote for us if we cannot show them anything that we have ever done for them. That is our motto. We'll go everywhere. Even Maryland, Victor has asked us to go to his district.
We got it.
And so, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on location where you're joining us from this time. We'd like to say welcome to BKS TV and welcome to the Hit Hour program here on BKS TV. My name is Junior Payne, your regular host of the show. Is officially 7 minutes past 9 o'clock in Liberia, and it's 7 minutes past 11 o'clock in Rwanda, East Africa. Welcome to the Hit Hour program here this evening. In today's edition of the show, we'll be hosting Honorable Musa Hassan Beliti, the political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change, and also the representative of Electoral District 7, Nema County. Honorable Beliti will join us here tonight to discuss some trending national issues and also some of the progress that the CMC have made so far over the past weeks or months. But let's bring you some major updates happening in Monrovia and across Liberia too as well before we bring on our panelists here this evening. George Weah Lee's global fight against racism in football. This one is from Rabat, Morocco, football legend and former Liberian president George Weah has renewed his call to eliminate racism from football, describing it as a disease that has no place in the sport or society. We have made a statement while chairing the first physical meeting of the FIFA Players Voice Panel, PVP, held in Rabat, Morocco. The 16-member panel made up of football legends from around the world was established on a FIFA global stand against racism, one of the 5 pillars unanimously adopted by FIFA 211 members association at the 74th FIFA Congress in Bangkok in May 2024. And of course, let's try to bring you this one too. This is from Ganta City. The Liberia Pharmacy Board dedicates new regional office in Ganta City, Nima County, enhancing access to quality pharmaceutical services in rural communities. Ganta City, let's try to get this here good. In a significant step towards improving pharmaceutical services in rural communities, the Liberia Pharmacy Board has officially dedicated its newly constructed regional office in Ganta City, Nima County. This milestone marks a pivotal movement in the decentralization of pharmaceutical regulation and service delivery across the country. The dedication ceremony held on Friday, November 7, 2025, saw the attendance of officials from the Ministry of Health, local government authorities, health institutions, pharmacists, and community leaders. Let's try to bring you this one too. Finance Minister Augustine Gafuan has dismissed concern about revenue gaps, insisting that Liberia fiscal outlook remains strong. According to Gafuan, there was no budget shortfall last year and there will be no shortfall this year. He emphasized that even without the the ArcelorMittal contribution, the national budget will still be substantial. Without Mittal's US 200 million, the budget will still be around 1 billion. GAFON added that too many good things are happening, and the budget will deliver a lot of things next year. And let's try to bring you this one. We got to go for ourselves too. The countdown is on, and of course, we have 5 days to go for the official groundbreaking ceremony of the BKS TV / radio station project in Ganta City, Nima County, in the Dikamen community. So this coming Friday, we'll be having our groundbreaking ceremony, and we ask all of you to join us there too as well, as we break ground for this modern media here in Nima County. This is very important, and I know most of our panelists have read this. We will be having a discourse here this evening on the show. This is from my Councillor Tiawan Se Gonglo. In his latest post, he has criticized the Liberian Senate, and this is what he wrote. According to his commentary, a domestic war crimes court will fail Liberia again. The latest move by some members of the Liberian Senate to propose a purely domestic war crimes court composed entirely of Liberian judges and prosecutors placed under the judiciary and with all appeals to the Supreme Court is a betrayal of justice and legislative bad faith. This one, we will be having a discourse here this evening on the show, and we ask you to stay tuned with us and keep listening. This one too, the much anticipated feast in honor of the late Senator Prince Johnson has been postponed indefinitely, according to an announcement made on Monday by Nima County Superintendent Cole Miape Gono. Speaking from Brazil, Superintendent Gono confirmed that the postponement follows a formal request from Nima County Senator Samuel Koga, who urged that the event initially slated for November 28 be delayed until disputes surrounding the late senator's family and the PYJ Polytechnic University are fully resolved. Senator Koga reportedly communicated his concerns to the Vice President Jeremiah Kmakong, recommending that the event be deferred in the interest of unity and proper coordination. The Vice President, in response, accepted the request and instructed county authorities to reschedule a new date once all stakeholders reach an agreement. Superintendent Gono called on Nigerians and residents to remain calm and patient, assuring them that the collaboration will still take place once the necessary arrangements are finalized. The feast intended to honor the life and legacy of the influential Nima statements has drawn significant attention across the county and beyond. And of course, this one too, let's go for it lastly before we bring on our panelists. This is from Councillor Moriah Yakula. So just in case you want to get more details about these stories that we are bringing you tonight on the show, we ask you to go on BKS TV page as you will get more details on these stories we're bringing you tonight on the show. This is Councillor Moriah Yakula. So AML gave 200 million, in that 1.2 billion, and you all give Nima University only 100,000 to carry their math from one. So I got to read this in Kolokwa. So AML gave 200 million, in that 1.2 billion, and you all give Nima University 100K to carry their math from 1.7 to 1.8 million, but gave the Speaker Office extra 300K to carry his budget from 1.5 million to 1.8 million to, or what the Speaker Office need extra 300K for. And so that's it here this evening. If you're just joining us, folks, we ask you to please share the show with other people. Invite somebody to listen alongside you this evening, as we will be hosting Chairman Musa Hassan Belete of the Citizen Movement for Change, and also the current representative of Electoral District 7, Nima County. Let's bring on our folks here this evening. The CEO is in the back, and of course, my own good friend and brother and big brother Shadrach G. Thomas, he is also here. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Heat Hour this evening. How you guys doing, Chief?
Good evening, Jim. We're doing okay. I'm doing okay. I don't know for the rest.
It's great having you on the show this evening, Chief.
Also, be welcoming Shadrach. Shadrach will miss you, man.
I've been so busy, very, very busy, but at least I'm
Let's
okay
see.
now.
Yeah, well, welcome back. It has been great. We hosted Honorable Boris on Saturday. It was a great show.
Uh,
Businessman, politician from District 5. Yeah, who's undertaking a lot of projects there. But he made his point. He talked about his business. He talked about some of the initiative that he's undertaking in the district, the work he's been doing over the years. I mean, it was a great show we had with him.
your district five people, I can be careful with them. Yeah, because when they come there,
No, it was straightforward. We had to
ask the
ask
other
him.
man, ask the other man the last time we said what is the rudimentary dichotomy between we are and Baga. The man just show we are a football player, we are go to that. Different question. And say you
No,
can back then, so we can be careful when you're bringing them up because you can back then.
you don't get problem. You all
The-
need this you get problem. Why will you ask the man that kind of question? You know fully well that they will not understand the English. But when you ask the question,
yeah,
why?
but it's hard to go after your own. But we ask this question, we ask a hard question, and we try to keep it balanced as much as we can. But
I
yeah,
know, I
hopefully we
know.
can have all our guests, our panelists on here today.
Mm,
We'll be hosting
yeah.
the honorable man himself tonight. It's promised to be a very good show. So much going on
Okay.
in Liberia when it comes to the developmental initiative he's taking, the work that he's doing across the country. What happened in Bond County, the budget that just passed. He has several things to say about it. I think he also have an announcement, something that he's supposed to be meeting with his partisans at the headquarters to talk about the way forward, their perspective. Again, I'm just paraphrasing on the budget, the whole budget, the allotment, I say the over ambitious nature of the budget. Just so much going on in the country. So hopefully we get him online tonight with the rest of our panelists to ask him. He's very insightful and he doesn't hold back. I'm pretty sure he will be willing to answer several questions for us. For the people of Nima, as you know, this show is being relayed in Tapeta and in our district as well. So I know our people are anxious to listen to him and to all of us, and we look forward to having a good show tonight.
Thank you so much. See you. I'm told that Hot FM in Seklepi is also relaying a show tonight. So let's say kudos to Hot FM too for also relaying a show here this evening. Now, while we still with our guests, we got to do the due diligence for our listeners and our followers too online. Two major stories that caught my attention today. One has to do with the commentary that was made by Councillor Tiawan Se Gonglo regarding the War and Economic Crimes Court in Liberia. And that will be a second batch. Another one has to do with the cancellation or the postponement of the feast of the late Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. I know we've all discussed this here before, calling for dispute resolution before the feast is being held. Now, the senator communicated this to the vice president who was trying to take initiative of this. And he said, we cannot carry on the entire feasting when the family are in court, when PYG Polytechnic University is still closed, and we're going to celebrate feast. What are we celebrating? Are we celebrating that because the senator died and then all of his properties, people fighting over them? Is that why we are celebrating? Or we are celebrating because Senator Prince Yomi Johnson legacy is still living on today? And according to my source, that question was not answered. Therefore, they had to postpone the feast. New date has not been announced. According to reliable information, they are looking up to Senator Samuel Koga to announce the new date. So as it stands, Senator Koga is now the one in charge. He's the one to give the final authority to say, let's have the feast or let's not have the feast. Let's hear from you, Shadrach. What say you on this issue? Do you think it was a good decision by the senator or not? Water politics as a patriotic son of Nima County in Liberia.
So firstly, let me extend my thanks and appreciation to the BKS family. Because to have come this far with this recommendation and the cancellation, I want to say here vividly that there is no media outlet in Liberia that spoke against the hosting of this of feast because it wasn't timely as compared to the BKS family. And just to let you know that you may overlook this station, but it has weight. The media has weight. So BKS family play one of the significant role in the cancellation of this feast because we have condemned this time without normal, and we felt within ourselves that having this feast would have been a great disservice, firstly to the dead, which we're trying to memorialize. Secondly, it's going to be a great disservice to the people of Nimba. Why am I saying so? In whose honor are you having the feast? Why it is true the feast is going to be held in the honor of the late Senator Prince Yomi Johnson, but his family are the first in line in terms of decision making. So where the family are not in harmony, where the family are not in one accord, everything behind the family is lackadaisical, moving up and down. So much hatred among them. Mother and daughters are not speaking. And then we want to have feast. I want to believe that even the soul of our late Senator Johnson won't have been in peace. Because come to think of this, you got teachers that each of them make less than 7,000 or let's say 700 US per month. And the teachers have not been paid. You got less than 10 teachers that have not been paid for months. And then you're going to use over 40 cows that worth more than 20,000 US. For what? Okay, so I think that the decision and the acceptance of the cancellation of this fees by our VP, His Excellency Jeremiah Kuhn, is a sign of leadership because a leader is one who listens to his people. So, like you rightly said, we should say this vote of politics. But I want to say that look, he got all right, he had all right to say, I am the boss. This fees will go on. But in as much as he listened to his people, okay, and he didn't just go ahead because there were some people, because I listened to my brother Mark Bling the last time on the show, and he said, those who don't get money now to have to partake, they can wait for the next time. Okay, in my mind, that was not presenting, okay, that did not represent him because those who don't have money now, it's not about having money now, it's about setting tradition right, setting the trajectory of our traditions right. So, like people like Lorena and I just wanted to eke out. So they were running with it, wall of reading between the line. So now that the senator have seen vividly that this feast is not a bad thing, and also the vice president have also seen vividly that this feast is not a bad thing, but the timing is not right. And we shall have amicably settled everything between the family. The feast will go on, and the blessing of Senator Johnson will flow on who will be partaker. So I'm
Thank you.
fully in favor of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shadrach. Thank you. Let's hear you see what say you on this issue.
I mean, it was, to me, it was no doubt. We are people of tradition. PYJ is from a deeply involved district when it comes to tradition. We respect tradition, and we also we appreciate the fact that our Excellency Honorable our VP Kuhn has taken the initiative of hosting a feast for his father. That's something that is applaudable. But in the same vein, as the senator has always been saying, you can't have feast for someone when there's noise in the house. You have to fix that. And I still believe that they had to bring the senator on board. As I have been saying, if you listen to me throughout on here, I've always said it. There was no way you could have feast with without Honorable Koga being a part of it. It's just not. It's just not idea. But I'm I'm glad that they listen and the VP listened to the people and they have decided to postpone the feast. And I agree with Senator Koga. You have to the old man school business has to be settled. The family dispute has to be stable. It has to be settled. It has to be ironed out. We have to be together. People have to be together in order to have this feast. And one of the things too, when they were doing the calculation, I don't know if they knew that traditionally, when you're having feast for someone, you don't have feast on the day the person died. It's usually traditionally the day the person was buried. So the November 28th were also off target when it comes to that process. But overall, we broke the news. People, were second guessing us. We discussed it here, Shadra. I think we discussed it here for a very long time. We took our side. We believe that it was not a good idea to continue with that feast. I'm glad that they listened, and even on our platform, we were the first when we heard the unconfirmed report. We made a post about it. People, questioned that, and today it came out to be the fact that we've been stating. So overall, Nima wins, and I'm pretty sure that when they work together, do the right time to do the right thing, it'll be a great thing. To honor our late father, it will be a huge, huge thing as long as all Nimbarians are together, and then the rest of the world will look at us and say, we know Nima to be Nima. This is what Nima stands for. When they're ready to do things, they go for it and they do it to the best of their ability. But having noise in the corner and having feast, it would have been a disservice to the late PYJ himself and to the people of Nima County.
Thank you so much, CEO. Let's welcome to the show, Siawete Zogen. To us, Siawete, welcome. Let's hear you on
I,
this issue.
I like the man name. Siawete, so guess.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Gian. Good evening to the CEO, the non-political man on the show.
So à tous les papiers là, ça c'est papier il va plus avec la partie on a pas mis le politique.
Yeah, so I mean, it's to Junior, thanks for the moderation, and to Sion Brother Sadrak. I mean, it's a good thing to have everyone on the show. It is actually good to have diverse view on this platform. That's why we are always, verge for, because this platform is meant for education, political exchange. That's why we say the heat hour. So I mean, sometimes it can be tense, but that's the reality of the show. So I mean, with the issue of the program, I think it's timely because the essence of having a program is to jubilate, and the 1 year um anniversary of our hero. Senator Johnson was the torchbearer of the county, and I think his 1 year anniversary needed not to be ignored, but like Honorable Coca and other leaders have said, I think it's important that the what we have at the back with the family be handled is a good idea. And that's how leadership is. Leadership is coordination. So we cannot have a very big program when we have the family stay razzling over, property and what have you. For me, in my mind, the issue of the university, is a huge conversation that requires family, government, and everything, because what Senator Johnson what Senator Johnson looked for his entire life, I would say, after the war, is what he invested into that. So it requires critical thinking. But I think with the issue of the family having misunderstanding, I think it's important that the senator brought it forward so that it can be resolved. But with the issue of the university, what they're about to spend does not amount to anything, and that will even help the university to open neither to even pay instructor for semester. The plan for the university is a sustainable plan. So for me, the key message in that whole thing is about the um
Family.
the relationship with the family,
Mhm.
and for which is very important. And the CEO touched another point too. I was even looking at that, but traditionally I was not looking at it anyway because it's a good point. Because the day the person died, I don't think it's the day we go to celebrate. But I think the Passover or the feast, that's why it's scheduled, or the Passover after 3 or 4 days.
4 days
So
for me.
maybe, yeah, when we bury Senator Johnson on January 18th, or after the 4 days in January, I think around the other the 20 something, we can put it to it. Then you have a very, and that's a home going, or 1 year. So I mean, it's on the overall. I think that's what we need from our country, that the vice president did not forcibly, carry the program to say, oh yeah, because he's the vice president is providing, logistics, the materials and whatsoever for the program, because everyone needed to be, and everyone needs to be in the program regardless of where you come from, which other citizen, and for more preparation, I think it's important. So I think it's good, and we hope that our show tonight will be a good one while we are with the political leader of the CMC. So thank you very much, Gian. Where's Sis Lorena? I saw her and she just went off.
Yeah, see, Lorena will be joining us very
Thank you.
shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to hear from her because she was a major part of the
She's one of the and as a matter of fact, I'm wonder. I don't know whether I'm ex official. I'm former official now, or as
Informer,
yeah, but they are not
informer,
decent.
informer.
No, they said the organization stayed there. Or they said that the VP decided to keep it. So you're not from until you get your dismissal letter or some type of termination letter. You're still there.
Thank you. I think we are almost saying the same thing here regarding the Senator Feast. For me, I personally want to appreciate Senator Koga for standing his ground that the feast shouldn't be held until those things are taken into consideration. Now, even though I say a word of politics, but I also want to believe that the feast, those guys wanted to do it like scoring political points because they know fully well that there were problems within the family and they still wanted to carry the feast on. So that was trying to score political points, which of course is bad. But one way or the other, I think leadership is playing, and we all should be appreciated to the vice president and also to the senator. One thing I want to say is the feast is not anything that is in rush. Even Senator Johnson himself will not appreciate his feast going on when his family is still in court, when his university that he spent his resources behind is still closed. Now, one may say, how did Senator Koga assume the role of being the head of the family when, the late Senator Johnson didn't leave a will? There is something in family law or law of person that is called succession. Now, when someone died without a will, the government automatically comes in to appoint the family heirs. Now, the heirs of the family is appointed by the government, and in this case, Koga was appointed by the government. One of the most, you know, denigrating news that I heard was when this entire planning was going on, Senator Koga wasn't consulted. They started the planning, 2, 3 meetings. Senator Koga was not consulted. He was not invited. And at a certain point in time, we even heard that the superintendent, when the vice president told her, contact Senator Koga, she said, no, I cannot work with Senator Koga. Allegedly. So how can you go have a feast of someone that is related to other people, even though this person was a state man, and you say you cannot work with the person? And that was bad. And she was supported by some chiefs and elders of the county. So with this entire feasting, there is a lot more information that we're gathering about them. Just yesterday, a day before yesterday, some elders met in one of those towns, I will not call the name, and they were discussing how the feast will be held on the 8th. Some of those elders. An issue was raised. Why the rest of the elders are not in this meeting? And then somebody said, the reason why the rest of the elders are not here is because those elders, they said they are not taking salary from the government. Therefore, they cannot work in the interest of the government, so they stay away. Those are all alleged information I'm saying. But as we confirm these things, we'll bring it on here and we'll break the news. But as it stands, we want to say thank you to Senator Puga and those elders too who are not on payroll only because they take a firm stance between their children. They are not on payroll for that. As soon as we get their names, we are hearing information that they are about to release a press statement. And when they do, we will sit on here to discuss them. But I also want to use this video to call on the superintendent because she's the head in the county representing the executive. Those elders who you have taken from on payroll or that they are not on payroll because of their independent opinion or stance, Madam Superintendent, I beg you, please add the elders to your payroll. They get family to feed. In as much as we are all on different political sides, that doesn't mean we should step on other people. But the elders are saying they will come out, they will release a press statement, and if they do, Shadrach will stay on here to discuss them. I will stay here for now, and let's hear from you, Madam Lorena. What say you on this postponement? You are on a committee, you know much more about them.
Yes, so I want to say good evening to all of you on the panel and good evening to our listeners and followers. I've been off for some days now because I have a death in my family. So I decided to at least stay for 3-4 days out of basic Facebook discussion, politics and things to just pay respect to my married don't care. And that's why I've been away. So on the issue of the memorial feast for PYJ postponed, I want to say a big thanks to the Vice President for being considerate, for being tolerant, for being far-sighted. So Senator Coker had written the Vice President almost like a month ago and telling him that the fees shouldn't be held until XYZ. I mean, they should be the one to come up with the fee schedule. And beside the letter is already in the public, so that's why I'm thinking about it. Because there is issue in the family and XYZ, and the Vice President had called him, and that was not our first time meeting on it. And Junior, to let you know, the senator was not told. The two senators were the one the Vice President planned it with. That what I've said before, if we're discussing the issue outside politics, we'll get a clearer picture. But when we're discussing it with politics and whose side you on, we always, make sense. So the both senators were the one the Vice President discussed with in August of this year. As in January, everybody agreed that we're going to have a memorial service every November 28th if there is, there are resources. So on Thursday it was a harder day, so we decided to get basically the Vice President talk other issue and blah blah blah. They're not thinking about women, all the different issues surrounding NEMA. So, and then this discussion came up, and the Vice President said, I'm waiting for the family meeting. Since the Coca told me on Tuesday you were coming on Wednesday, but then he had a tight schedule. He did not come. He sent me a message. Or they're going for a family meeting. When he comes back,
did they inform you? Sorry, go ahead. No, sorry, go ahead.
Oh.
Sorry.
So when they come back from the family meeting, If they get back to me before Sunday, fine. If not, I have decided that we let Senator Koga take the lead with the memorial feast. And while it is true I'm a son to Prince Johnson, he made me politically. Senator Koga is a family sports person. So let him take lead, let him get new schedule. Maybe if we want to change the venue and everything. So that's one of the things we said. And uh, how you call it? It was done. The family had a meeting on Sunday, and then the news radio. I think all of you listening really read it this morning on Bomba Communications Network. And so it is postponed, and so I know it is okay now. Senator Koga will now have the time to be able to settle what he can settle in the family. And on the issue of elders meeting in Zegle, the town you don't want to call it Zegle. When we had a meeting in Sandy, put it on the press, the go ahead name Mervyn Bedia. Mervyn Bedia is the chief of the zoo in Nima or Nima County. So there was certain group of people, not just any elder, there was certain amount of their chiefs and zoo that was asked to meet in Zegle. It was not just everybody. And then Junior, I want you to know that the government envelope is not as big as we might imagine to say every elder is on payroll. No, it's not like that. Why we think it should be like that? No, it's not that even town chiefs are not being paid. They are not on payroll. They have never been on payroll. It is sometimes they get, maybe they go for training, they go for a workshop meeting, they get them in those incentive. But to say they're on regular payroll, it's not like that. So nobody is moving people from on payroll because they are not for the government or because they are for the government. Me, if somebody is a situation, I'm thinking because that's the most vibrant opposition political party, and the person is qualified for a job, and somebody remove them, especially like a civil job, not talking about appointed job, that one they can play politics with it. Me, I will speak of it. So what more about a town chief or an elder? So it's not that, you know, it is only this budget year that is passing that they gave package, you call it. Some need they gave it how to do a welfare because they say one trillion. Now they say one trillion comes in our villages. We know they will carry a trillion to the township. Well, that township got sleeping place. Well, they got food for their own children. No, they just carry it. So because of that, they gave them like a package to be able to cater to trillion. When you get trillion, you say when you get trillion fund, then that's your luck. But to say people elders are on payroll and they removing them because they're not on the side of the government, you know. So some of the news when we hear it, good to verify from a non-political source or not a politician or partisan, then you get the actual story. The meeting in Zegle, Mervyn Bedia, who is the chief group for Nima, he selected the people that will be there, and not just every area across Nima. So that's why some people were not there. It's not because they're not on payroll. That's what I like to say, and I would like to just say, thanks to the VP again for agreeing to Senator Koga, and I have always said these are two brothers where they will sit to harmonize whatever it is happening. None of us here will be there. We'll only hear it as rumors or we'll just see a beautiful picture on Facebook. We start liking and we start calling, Senator, I see your picture. Oh, VP, I see your picture. Oh. So when we discussing issues that that have to do with them, not only them, but any leader up there, our stakeholder, our political leaders, we should talk it like we want it, we mean well. We shouldn't take it like we're trying to grow ego in somebody or trying to I don't know, I should say, magnify or belittle another person because when they are settling it, they will not tell you myself, we'll only see picture, we'll just see action. So that's how I would like to say it for now.
Thank you.
Our guest is down.
Thank you so much, Madam Lorena. Let me also use this medium to call on the county administration to dismiss Melvin Belia. He's not handling the position well. He has been biased over the months. You can
But
never
for him,
have,
everyone, I don't know, big ass,
I mean,
do you know, equal,
I
have
mean,
more. I mean, be able to
you can never have chief and elders meeting, and then you take some people out of that meeting and you say you're calling specific people, but journalists were there. They cover. Journalists were there. They covered the program. The sole
Yeah, me.
purpose of that program was for Honorable Martina K. Tingman to appreciate the elders and those people he saw competent enough. Those were the people that they invited. Now, I'm not biting this thing anymore. Let me say it out. Those people that Honorable Martina K. Tingman saw competent enough, that he saw confidence in them, he invited those people. Melvin Bedia sat there, appreciated the president. He said the president has done one of the best appointments so far in the government. Now, a son of Nima was dismissed. Wilmot Pay was dismissed. Melvin couldn't speak of that as an elder, but he was there appreciating the president for appointing Honorable Tingman, saying this has been the best appointment so far from Nima. And this is the only appointment they are happy of. So that means all of the sons and daughters of Nima that have been appointed in this government, Melvin is not happy of them. I have the recording in my possession here. I have the recording. And when journalists asked him, why is it that other chiefs and elders are not here, he couldn't speak to that. When they also asked him, why is it that other chiefs are not on payroll, he said that is not under his responsibility, but rather under the responsibility of the superintendent. And I agree with you, Madam Lorena. The government package is not big. But with the way Melvin Bedian and other people doing it, it seems that the government package is so big that when you criticize or you stand firm as an elder, you will not be on payroll. That meeting was not special. Nothing about the meeting in nature was special enough that other chiefs would not be invited. But those who saw fit enough, you invited them. If that was a special meeting, why would journalists go there? Shout out, you a traditional person, you hear from the Jokis community in Sunny Cole. I'm a traditional man. If this was a really traditional meeting, why would you invite journalists to cover the program? Why?
So,
Madam
so,
Lorena,
so,
answer this question.
We got Cyrus.
Yeah,
If
so
this was a
Junior,
traditional meeting, why would journalists be invited?
listen now, the issue that has to do with Melvin Bedia, me Lovina don't care as a woman. I'm not limiting myself because I'm a woman, because I'm a strong woman. I can do anything men can do. But a particular discussion, I'm not talking some. And don't put our station in situation that we will not be able to handle. Please lead our other discussion.
okay,
Me and Melvin
so, Gian,
don't ask me. I beg you. I pass what I want to
CEO,
plead the faith.
CEO, I must say in an honorable tone that I'm very disappointed in Sis Lorena. Okay, I'm very, very disappointed. I Tonight was the first night that I saw her jittering, pontificating like though she does not even know how to talk.
Shadrach,
And, blah, blah.
before you continue, let's welcome to the show my friend and brother Cyrus Daquan. Cyrus, welcome.
What did you
After
want to
Shadrach will
ask
come to
me
you.
about the postpone the
Hello, I'm
memorial
still
fees
in
being
flight. Let me
postponed?
learn.
And
Let me make
so
let me
what did you want me
let
to
me make
say?
Newman disappointment. Let me make Newman disappointment, man.
Okay, go
Let me
ahead.
make
You make
Newman.
it sure for me, then I will come back to talk.
Yeah, let me make Newman disappointment. You see, I told you the last time I gave a parable the last time that the honorable VP Kun i- is is the one we all should wrap him around. And if he fails, we all fail. So if he should succeed, we must put away cowardice and be straightforward to him. You were one of those people on this show that with every effort we made in order to postpone or cancel this feast, you were one of those that were pushing it with your soul, your body, and your spirit. I don't know you were doing it because of your personal ego. Maybe you wanted because you're on the finance committee, so you wanted what your pocket for yourself, or maybe the council. To be frank, so now you are saying you commend the VP. You want to say thank you to him. Why couldn't you muster the courage yesterday to stand with us? Because the proximity you have with the VP, some of us don't have. And trust me, if I had, I would have been that single person to say to the VP, Chief, this one is not good. Chief, this one is good. Knowing for the word that if this feast was going to be held, it was going to clearly set a portion of Nima against the VP, which was not good for his political agenda. But because maybe like some of you don't care for his political future, you just care for what you will benefit now. So whether he's going the wrong way, you just yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. And when I told you the last time that you're a lady, you don't understand the tradition of Nima. Okay, you try to argue with me, and today we have brought down to the same era. So just to drop my word, I just try to let you know that let us be truthful to our leaders.
Shadow, let me
Okay.
hold you there for a second here. So just heard
Yeah.
back from our guest, so he will be joining us within the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so let's be truthful to our leaders. To tell the leader the truth will not make him to hate you. He will even love you the more. Okay? You and your brother were here the last time saying the people will not get money to join, let them forget it. The next time they get money, they will come. It doesn't work like that. Above all is Nima. So let's thank you, and the next time let us do the best for the interest of the country.
Okay, so Shadrach, because you made your statement about me, and you even accused me. So let me say this to you. You know, people who are used to working and working with people money or people property and used to taking share in it, they assume anybody who works in public sector or who work with people money or property, they assume that person will pocket some portion because what they are used to doing, they think that everyone is like that. That's one thing. And number two, I've always said on the show, what I will call Senator Coker to discuss with him, I will never come in public to say, oh, I called the senator, I did it. If any of you can bear me with that, I've always said that because when you do that, you lost that privilege. The person say like, okay, she will call me, we'll talk, and she go and explain
Did
it. And
you
I also said,
advise the
listen
VP
to
in
me,
Conon that
because
this
I
seat
was
was not good
quiet.
to be here?
No,
Listen to
Shadrach,
me.
no.
And I also
Let
said,
her land.
what I will discuss with the vice president in private, I will never come to say, oh, I went to the VP, I said there, because why? I will lose that privilege of he being able to give me attention, hear my view and everything. Even the budget I came up, I sent a VP message, I sent Deputy Zuo, Minister Zuo message, I sent Minister Maya message. I will not say what I told them. But when I see the changes, then I will know that, okay, I said from the from the um from the point of an expert, XYZD, you know. So I will not come out because you are seditious. You want me to say it, I will not say that.
I'm speaking as
When you get
Nima, not
when
civilian.
yes, for me, I don't ask me buyer why I will discuss with the VP. I will not say on the feed. I never said it must be here. I said let's take on the political cap and talk it from the point of Nima tradition. And then you say a woman about tradition. I say, but we know that they can have memorial fees in Nima. It's not because PYJ is a state person and people playing politics into it. So I may not be or may or know anything about all of society in Nima, but when just come to our common tradition, our common culture of somebody died, they made feast, maybe they will even plan it 2-3 years in advance. It's not anything that a woman cannot know about. That's what I said. The one I'm supposed to discuss, that's why I tell you, Junior, you should not ask me any question about Melvin Media. I know my limit and I know what I can discuss. So for you to accuse me of I wanted the fees to be here because I want to pocket money because you are used to taking public funds, so you think everybody is like that.
Which
That's
one
why
the
I want.
problem
That's
now?
why I
Wait,
want to
wait.
make so
Thank you.
when you want to make a statement next time, you can express yourself without accusing somebody. You can express yourself with with art
No,
and
you were one of
example
those
that
on the
another
Thank
person.
you.
committee.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you, Madam Lorena. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Being on the committee doesn't mean that
Thank you.
everything we
You
discuss
were
for
pushing
content,
for
oh, we
it
told
when we
the
were
Listen,
people
guys.
saying
they will
no.
not. I will
Listen,
never do
Madam
that.
Lorena,
Listen, guys.
let's hold you
I
there.
will
Listen,
never do that.
John Way, we're not going to make this show, back and forth, back and forth. Let's try to, because we got guests coming. We just killing time. Let's try to make it cordial and listen to each other, not talk over each other. So that way we can have our guests coming in and jump into the hot fire. It will not look good. So I'm begging you guys, please. He's almost here. Let's
The
try.
defense are not able to do intellectual discussion. They will always attack somebody. You're
Cyrus,
looking for
I
rope
think
and bringing that passing around that mean people. You can't go look for rope on it.
all right, Lorena, okay. So go ahead, Shadra, not Shadra, but Cyrus. I think Gio wanted to ask you about your take on this whole cancellation when it comes to what you heard today when it comes to the fees cancellation, your take on it.
Thank you, CEO. Good evening to all the panelists. Good evening to our listeners. You know, the way Nimba is going, the way I see Nimba right now, I just pray to God to you know to get rid of few people, few characters in the county, so our county can unite, because they keep talking about sedition, this one, that. That's where are we even proceeding? Why should we be talking about this group, that group? The hypocrisy. They will come back to say elections are over. The people, because they were defeated, they are acting bitter and all of that. It is not right. What will happen? For me, that's why I've always said to people, I don't fix in any political metrics. I like to face fact. I support yellow, I support Koga. But if I see something that is not right, I will admit it. I will say it. In the first place, the reason people say, "Oh, Cyrus can fire everybody," when I begin to advise you as a leader, when I begin to advise you in your inbox privately, and I get to understand you are not willing to take the advice, then I go public. That's how I operate. To see somebody doing wrong, and you feel because the person will give you 1 or 2 cents and you say nothing is wrong at all, is troubling. This very feast, I think we were few that criticized it the last time, like the big brother rightly said. Coon surrogates were defending it. It's right. This is the right time to honor the senator. Nobody is expressing any message of disavowal for honoring a senator. Senator Johnson was a great man, and to honor him, I think in my mind, is a good thing. But we should ask ourselves few questions. Why are we even honoring him at this point? Honoring Senator Johnson and maintaining his legacy, which one should be prioritized? These are questions we should be asking ourselves. But there are two things I see behind this whole honoring thing. Number one, there are people who want to make money out of it, and how Cole Miampe made money out of the senator's burial. People want to make another money out of it, because Cole is all over the place looking for activities, to extort money from people, to steal from our people. So now they go all over the place looking for activities. That's one aspect of it. And the second aspect are politics. I heard Lorena when she said people want to make politics out of it. If people are making politics out of it, I think Jeremiah Kuhn and his supporters should be the one making politics out of it, because they want to prove a point. They want to show to Nimbayans that they love the old man. You couldn't even protect this man against war crimes code. A record is available that you give the man 5,000 to hire a lawyer, to accept the war crimes code thing. You couldn't protect him, but now you want to make our people to understand, you love the man. You want to honor him. Where is him? If you want to honor, open the school. The university is closed. The last time we tried to calculate the money per cow, and when you invest that in the university, the place will be open. That's a real thing to honor. But again, Corey is looking for activities to steal. But Otago can. Yeah, Otago can. I stopped there so far. Otago can. To that Belia thing there, that Belia thing, also don't waste your time on Belia. That guy is a bluff. I think they say he get medicine, he get what kind of medicine. It's a bluff. I don't want to say it. It's a huge bluff. He's a hustler. And trust me, people like him are the reason Nima is why it is. Belia is a bluff. If you get medicine, they ain't trade on me. It's a huge bluff. Not even BKS.
If my John was BKS, eh?
Yeah, I ain't trade on me. You think Lorena don't know Belia that bluff? The man is a hustler. They are not They are using the elders.
Is he the elder from Booyah, right? He's from Booyah, right?
I believe so.
No.
I think the Tabata
Anna,
region. They are
okay.
coercing. They are coercing the elders. Those who do not want to support rescue, they made them like enemy of Nimba, enemy of the government. I mean, he's not. Belia is not even somebody. I think he's now more than 40 or 50. So people calling him elder. He's a hustler. People like that, their time will come. They could be using them to be doing all type of things with public money, public fund to steal what belongs to the masses. It can't end good. I know it can't end good. Thank you.
Our guest will be
And
joining us shortly.
So
CEO, I
let me
wanted to
come to a
ingest something
point
just
there.
for 1 minute. I wanted to ingest something just for 1 minute.
Mhm.
I think we are getting to a place where we will all get to believe that Koga is actually the embodiment of our late Senator Johnson. I told people who don't understand the tradition of Nima, the ritual that was performed when you saw Koga jumping over the body, the elders, the chiefs, and the Zols of Nima took an oath to monitor, to observe, to obey anything that Senator Koga would say, positively pertaining Nima. Anybody, I want to re-echo anybody who will think that because they are this, they are that, and you will not obey what Koga said, except you are not under the command of that ritual. Anybody who will not obey it, you stand the wrath of that oath. And I think tradition was meant to be obeyed. It was based on that background that you see them canceling what was done today. Why it is true, other people are bluffing around, but other people understand the intricacies of our tradition. So not everything will be said in the public lands.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, Sarah. You want to say something, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to point a little regarding the senators' feast. I think we all due respect the planners of the feast or the memorial. I think they thought it very well for the people of Nimba. I think it was not meant for to be politicized. One thing we Nimbayans I always see and I told people is that we are yet to understand why it takes to be united regardless of our political side. What is happening far beyond politics is not about politics. What actually playing for now is tradition. And the issue of Senator Johnson feast, one thing I want to denounce here is that what will be spent doing Senator Johnson's memorial does not amount to anything sustainable that will host the university. One thing we need to understand beyond politics is even if we even have 10,000 or 250,000 today, is it sustainable to host Senator Johnson School to pay instructors for semesters? So the issue of the university does not amount to anything that we're discussing about the feast. I think the core issue here is about the timing, one, the relationship, and between among the family members that should be resolved. But I don't think the planners or of the ceremony they are in a wrong. No, that money can every plan about the university. Senator Johnson sat and plan. If you were living today, we wouldn't be discussing anything about university closure. We won't. So at this point, the reason why the university is closed, if any plan is being made, it should be sustainable. I think that should be the argument. That's why the issue that surrounds the school reopening, either it be given to a private institution or it be given to government. That's the discussion. Because mind you, if the money, they assume that even we collect 100,000 today, we put it in the school account. How does it make it a sustainable plan? So for me, the argument about taking that money to run the school, it don't amount to anything. So for me, that's why I wanted to clear out. And with the issue, and you know, with the superintendent, she had her office. I think some of these things when they say it about even application for me in my mind, I think the soup, and you know, she's doing well for like I said, I'm unapologetic for what I said in the past that some of those and you know investment at this point, some of it don't have some investment they don't have a return. For me, that's my argument. But when it comes to the developmental side, it's good. It just had to be timing and to be a little chronological by years in, but not in one budget year.
When you say in the past, are you referring to under her regime or the previous regime?
No. What I'm saying, I said previous projects. Some of these projects, I think we should put her to some and focus on investment projects. That's
under
for
her
me.
regime, right?
What I said. Yeah, when I said in the past is what I said in the past.
Investment of being return.
The development project, yes. Because when we're doing investment, we need to have focus on what we get in return at this point. Because man, you resources is another thing. It will be depleted at any time. Today it could be depleted. We don't know where it will be focused. So with the Senator Johnson barrier, or in fact the feast, I think with the argument from Saros, I think he need to lower that argument because the core issue is not about reopening the school. The reopening of the school require.
What's the urgency? What's the urgency?
No, but that was discussed last year. It was announced. And celebrating Senator Johnson does not require anything about national budget or whatsoever, no. You know that Nimbayan contributed 80% of Senator Johnson's burial. 80%.
So wait, see how it is. Thank you. Cyrus, let me hold you there. Recently, Madam Lorena, the first time she spoke on this issue, she said Nibadians didn't contribute. She only mentioned 2%. I think the diaspora folks who sent money, and she said one other lady who left from Australia. But you say Nibadians contributed 80% because the folks complain have
that. No, you made put me on. I'm let you in. Go back, slap us here.
No, it wasn't. Listen. That was not
no, don't go far. Let me just connect you. Go back, sir. Diaspora Nimbayan collected 400,000. And I said, I challenge you. The diaspora group that pay money, one Unico pay, I think 10,000. Where's what here? Unico pay 10,000. I'll look at my email because they send it to me through mobile money on two. They split the transaction. And then there was a girl or lady visiting for Australia who was here and she paid on behalf of the Nima Association in Australia. I said, so that two money cannot be 400. So it was a lie. I did not say, why would I say that, Junior? Please. That was something I can say when there's an argument, so you call the clip so that clip will be the evidence.
Let me finish.
I did not say anybody did not. Well, I said anybody did not pay one that anybody was the best country. No, Junior. Look for that clip and play it.
Let me finish that. Siawate is saying, let's have a dialogue. Let's have a dialogue.
Yeah,
Siawate is saying,
Nimbayan does not mean diaspora Nimbayan. There are two things.
Let me finish now. Siawate is saying 80% of the money or 80% of those things that you guys did came from Nibadians. And you are on record saying, because it wasn't Goba who said it, it was Chris, and it was buttressed by DK Wayne. Chris said it needed a report. And you said on the show, how much was it that was sent? The money that came in my account came in 2/4. And the second money, it didn't even reach 2,000.
Yes, that's probably buyers. Different from the buyers in general, Gio. That's probably buyers are different from the buyers in general. And I was saying the total money that came from the two Nima group did not even reach to 20,000. More to talk of the 400,000 is that's what Nibayan paid. That was the argument, not just Nibayans in general. Can you imagine there's a lady called Ida Gongbe. I can't remember. She came from Tottenham. and brought 1,000 liberty as yes, I will tell you, I will cry and say, it mean the pin Johnson man, you better have grip on people. One, she keep on touch my brother in Bombay candle near Tide gone. I can't even forget that name. So how will I say Nimbaya did not contribute? They argue about diaspora Nimbaya paying 400,000, and I said no. The two group of diaspora group that pay, but the group in Australia that was represented by our sister that was year on vacation, and Unico that send their money. The two people cannot make that. That was the argument. Ask Christian with if Christian Jenny with a 400,000 argument or PK way. I can say that I received the money from Unico, and the sister made a contribution at the Papa's house.
So while we await our guests, we'll go for this break, and when we come back.
So Gian, we're on break, eh?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to
Go ahead. Let's give you the chance very shortly.
Yeah, I mean the disclaimer I was giving is that Nimbayans, they actually contributed to Senator Johnson's burial. And I keep saying 80% per the statistic, Nimbayans contributed. And as a matter of fact, what we collected is what we use solely for the program. Because even Honorability, who is appearing tonight, he pledged 10,000, but he gave 5,000 in cash. Unico people in the diaspora in America, they contributed 10,000. They sent it to Sis Lorena, mobile. We had to go and get it one at a time. So Nimbayans from all walks, even business people who live in Nimba. For example, a Ferry Depa, he gave his yellow machine to do some clearing. They bought few, God willing, Adonis, Pape Floor. He even pledged 1 million, but then he said he was doing the route from Sunny Code to the other side. So people want to say 80%, majority of the contribution, even institution in Morovia, in Liberia, institution contributed to people who work with institution, also their contribution. So when we say 80% Nimbayans as a whole, they contributed, our own Nima people contributed towards Senator Johnson's death.
And how can Cole is claiming that she honor right the cost of the burial?
No, but the superintendent office undertook some expenses as well. So I cannot speak to that. I don't know. And I'm not a budget officer for Nimba either. So the superintendent office, but as it stands, as a waste and mix committee, we did our report and everything was done. So the issue of that, those are rumors. So I don't speak to that. The office of the superintendent can do, and they can speak to that. But for me, I'm speaking to you as a secretary doing, and the burial. So I can't speak to why I didn't see or hear. So those are rumors. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Tower, we say dialogue and a confrontation. We say words and a bullet. In tonight's edition of the show, we'll be hosting Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, the political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change, and also the representative of Electoral District 7, Nema County. You'll be joining us very shortly on the show. Therefore, we go for this break and we'll come back. We usher him in the studio. Stay tuned and keep listening.
We got it. Honorable Sponsored by Mono Yatopa. Here we go.
The road, which we will gladly do because it's a hard yellow machine. We pay $175,000 for the motor grader. The first one. Last week, we just signed a contract for 26 pieces of yellow machine. But what we did international bidding, which means we reached out to, we called on one request for proposal. We went to you, we want to buy 26, we send the list to you, we tell you give us your best price. We tell you give us your best price. We take it, we bring it to people to say, this, guess what we did? We came to a Liberian company. They said, look, here we are about to pay over $2 million to a foreign company to supply us all these machines, around 3.6 million. If you give us the same price and the same service, we'll buy it for you. And Liberian company said, let me reach to my source. And the man went, he came back, Sekou, and they accepted our deal. Last week, Saturday, before I left Liberia, we signed a contract. Next January, between January and February, there will be 26 yellow machines in Liberia for the CMC across the entire country. Wow. Going to the southeast, going to the western belt, Bon, everything. Why the government decided to be transparent with their own, we're going to move. And again, Sekou, we're not in competition with the government. The CMC believes the government of Liberia should be doing 1,000 things. Where we see the government has no intention of going, we'll go there and relieve our people. We do not believe in going to Liberian people to ask them to vote for us if we cannot show them anything that we have ever done for them. That is our motto. We'll go everywhere. Even Maryland, Victor has asked us to go to his district to do some, I think, 5 or 10 kilometer road, which we will gladly do because he's a high-ranking official of our party. His people have to feel the CMC. People can't be hearing every day, oh, these people then just making road. But Victor, you call yourself Secretary General for Global. What is your impact? What is the impact of your party? Say, the last time we were in your town, we carry light there. So at least when you own...
I didn't even know, the people called me and told me, but
yes,
your PO is here. I had to text you. I said, but how can you go in my town without telling me? So call me. They were happy dancing.
So the entire Western Belt, we sweep the Western Belt, Cape Mount, bombing, all that thing they're doing there, so we're not facing bridge. So they get a bridge, we'll go past on the bridge and we'll face the road. When we see covered, we'll fix it. Whatever late thing we can do, we'll fix it. All we want, whether it's the government doing it or the CMC doing it, we want relief for our people. The country needs something different. We got to give that different thing. We're not here to boast about it's stable. CDC and United Party has been trying and tested. Let LeBron Paul try someone else.
Our future president. I'm so honored to meet him before he becomes president. And then he won't forget me when he becomes president.
give you an example. When I bought my first machine,
I can sing wa, I can say that wa, mage koala o. Ma obita ya jeno gberea, emo wele gberea. Oh, jeno gbara gberea. Ma kimbe ko wigare. Ni ma mi oge, unsa izuo. Ni ma mi oge, unsa izuo. Baba say yo wedea, unsa izuo. Say na we suo gebe o, unsa izuo. Baba mi badu oge, unsa izuo. Lo badu oge. Honorable Musa Berete. Papa izuo. Iseke imama. Po izuo bo. Wuma ke wen yo. E wuma
Cet homme là bon. On sait moi this tune number 7.
Honorable Ruby, you are toi seulement. Par cette meilleure. C'est Thiago. Tu es toi. Tu es Abougué. Tu es soi.
Are you living right? Sweet song.
Patois Bagobo. Nakusano patois Bagobo. Patois Bagobo. Vous savez patois Bagobo. Patois Bagobo. Vous savez patois Bagobo. Patois Bagobo. Patois Bagobo. Avec un freeman, négocier le way. Patois vous savez ma boy. Patois Bagobo. Les choses ne me servent. Patois Bagobo. What you are Guillaume, Madingo man, Mano. Let us join together and build this street never settle.
we buy cancel bow. Boy ne se do komo. Kanu kwaduwa Kanu wadua Kanu kwaduwa ta o. Boy ne se do komo.
So that's it, folks. Welcome back, and thanks for being patient with us. Hopefully, our guests will be joining us in the next couple of minutes. But until then, we have this information, this story that we said in our intro we were going to discuss it here on the show tonight. Let me try to bring it. This was a commentary written today by Councillor Tiawan Segonglo. I don't know whether you follow that commentary, but let me just say something short about what he said, then we can have a discuss. According to him, a domestic war crimes court will fail Liberia. And this is what he said in the commentary. He said, the latest move by some members of the Liberian Senate to propose a purely domestic war crimes court composed entirely of Liberian judges and prosecutors placed under the judiciary and with all appeals to the Supreme Court is a betrayal of justice and legislative bad faith. Now, this thing of war and economic crimes court is a really serious issue in our country. Very serious one. After the 14 years brutal civil war in Liberia, other families, other people have been crying for justice. Now, with this justice that people have been crying for, they need a fair equality for both victim and accused. Now, if and only if this war crimes court is placed on a domestic court and every appeals are taken
Law
to the
is
Supreme
BLR, right? Law.
So see how you are not muted, and then we hear everything you said.
I mean, You better focus in our studio.
So, like I was saying, placing an international crime or an international crime under a domestic court. The issue of war crimes is not limited to domestic courts. This is where you see the ICC coming in, the International Criminal Court, where you see the ICJ coming in, the International Court of Justice. All of these courts will come in. But then, we are saying, when I say we, I'm talking about some senators saying that the War Crimes Court should be placed under the judiciary and it should be another domestic court. So in a layman understanding, for example, the way we got the 8th Judicial Circuit Court in Sanicole, or we got the Monrovia City Court, that would be another court called the War Crimes Court as a domestic court. And if matters are adjudicated at the War Crimes Court and one is not satisfied, he or she can take appeal to the Supreme Court. And then the Supreme Court becomes the final arbitrator of the law under the War Crimes Court. What say you on this issue? The key question here tonight to all of us is, do you think justice will be served if this court is placed on a domestic court and appeals are taken to the Supreme Court? I want to start with you, Shadrach. Let's hear you on this issue. You are muted.
So, like I said, once again, I must admit that it is very unfortunate. For every time I discuss this war crime issue, it appears to me that Senator Johnson was witch hunt. He was the nucleus of the entire war crime court. So now that he has gone, people are just trying to do something to take the shame from their face, as we say in our Liberia way, that they want to institute the war crime. There is no nation that we know that have instituted what you call domestic war crime code and so forth that have been that successful. President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was in Liberia. She had over 15,000 United Nations troops, where she could have established that domestic war crime court. And if anybody there misbehave, the peacekeepers will have come in to subdue you and make sure that you are incarcerated. And now we don't have those people anymore. We have a society that people are dying every day. If not ritualistic killing, people are dying from so many reasons. The security we have is not even up to standard. They themselves, they are murdering people every day and night. This country is made up of, we got more than 150 ex-combatants, 150,000 ex-combatant persons in Liberia. So when you say a domestic war crime court, are you going to arrest a Zobia for standing up for his people? Because Zobia does not just go to fight because he just felt like fighting. There was some other thing that contributed to his fighting, the recipe of the war. And Zobia did not fight alone. He fought with people. So are you going to establish a domestic war crime court that will arrest Zobia and have him incarcerated in Liberia when knowing fully well that people like Shadrach that understand how to use, he still have those trainings in him from Gobley, and still see Zobia as his leader? Are you going to have my leader in prison in my person when I know that what you have there as security is not even up to standard to stop 3%? talk less of 150,000 ex-combatants. So this is just another breeding ground for confusion, and I see it as a charade and as a means to in our Liberia English we say take shame from their face. There is nothing they want to do. In other words, they're just trying to say that this is an end to the War Crime Code advocacy. Because how will you stop your advocacy from the onset of this whole thing? We were made to understand that the War Crime Code were being signed for. So why did Senator Johnson sign for the War Crime Code? Why did Senator Milton Cheji and other people sign for the War Crime Code? The senators signed for it. So how many signing are they going to do? The signing was done and it was completed. What was now left was the implementation. So we were made to understand that having this sign for this War Crime Code, JMB government was not going to receive money because they told us that there were over 200 million that was going to come the moment War Crime Code is established. So now all the senators, including everybody, were obliged to sign for this code. Where is the 200,000 today? So the death of Senator Johnson has justifiably canceled or adjudicated the entire War Crime Code issue. So because of this now, they want to find things to do to cover up everything. So I think it's a scare tactics. They just want to take our attention from there that there is nothing that War Crime Code.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shadrach. I want to go to Siawe Tim and Lorena, but my comrade Sarah's being a law student and a prospective graduate. I want to go to him first. Then after that, we can go to the rest of the panelists. Sarah, let's hear you on this issue.
I think you as well. We the non-lawyers talk, then you're the lawyer again.
We should speak then, lawyer then.
Yeah, we the non-lawyers.
How are you?
So yeah, non-lawyer then the lawyer then. But let me give my 2 cents.
But you said Lorena not reading law. I thought said Lorena reading law.
You just want to see Lorena talk, man.
Why you get problem like
this? He called it over your half sister. Yeah, give it a hard time. But here's what I read today.
Before I read law, let's get through here. The thing I read it even tougher than law.
I know, I trust you.
So
I deal with figures, I deal with plenty of things, and I just something else. So
man, Lorena, not the
the development will take that. They take that with 2 hairs can do it. You can't see the other hair, and that one you can see.
Both people, y'all with that, we didn't know both people talk. Yeah, the both people, y'all keep your both, let the both outside there. So, but anyway, I was about to ask this question a few days ago, and this came out. I was going to ask what happened to the War Crime Code that everyone was talking about. To Shadrach's point, I think this is just my personal opinion. I think the whole War Crime Code thing was just a fiasco. It was centered around PYJ. And then after the paper passing, it looks very, very, disturbing that they won't follow through with that. What Councillor Gonglo wrote today, I've read, again, I'm not a lawyer, we'll let the lawyer then speak to it, was what was passed in the Senate or what the Senate trying to pass about this domestic thing. It contradicts what the UN or what the previously signed up for, which mandated the executive branch, like the president, to sanction let's say a war crime code, a UN-backed war crime code. Something similar to what they had in Sierra Leone, something similar to what they had in other countries. That's what they signed up for. And Shadrach talked about the Pape sign up for it. That's what they signed up for. Now they are leaving that particular resolution completely to the side and trying to dilute that, corrupt Liberia, talking about domestic war crime code to be headed by Liberians. So I think if you say that, you don't have to be a lawyer to even figure out. You can tell directly that everything was centered around PYJ. Now PYJ is gone. They still have to cover their shame face and do something for people to say they were to carry through the whole war crime code thing. But what they are doing now is in complete contradiction with what the executive branch was mandated to do, to have a UN-backed war crime code. So whatever they're doing now is just fiasco. I think it sends a bad signal to people around the world and people who want real justice to do that. So you only center that around one person. Okay, the men die now, you know what? No war crime code. but we still got to do something. We got to tell people that we're still interested in the war crime code. What do we do? Let's create a smaller domestic war crime code that will be done here, which goes against what they asked them to do. That's how I saw it, and we'll let the lawyer then speak to it. But I think, in conclusion, I will agree with Shadrach. The whole war crime code is about PYJ. No more PYJ. You know what? Let's forget about the US backed war crime code. Let's do something different, which is against that. The Senate is doing it instead of the executive branch, which was mandated by UN to do that. Now the Senate is doing that. They come up with their own bill. Complete betrayal
Thank you.
to justice.
Thank you so much. So, Commissaries, I beg you, let me hold you back. Madam Lorena, let's hear you on this issue. What say you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw Councilor Gongo's post. I read it, and in my mind, when I read his post, I thought I was reading something maybe in my sleep. That's what I thought first. But then I realized I had people near me, and then we're even discussing it today during my break section. So I will be very disappointed if the war crime code is reduced to, or limited to domestic code. Because there were a lot of recommendations made in the TRC that talk about, bringing people together and then have like a day of reflection where people can forgive each other. And many times in the Senate, PYJ, said those things. And in the very Senate, there were people there who opposed to it. Darius didn't one of them. And they say, they have to go to a full war crime code. So to a country where two persons will rape, two different persons of the same age, and one person is treated with different, level of consideration, and the other person is immediately arrested, one they are probable causes and sent to jail, and the same situation with the other one, the other person is passing around freely. So to have the war crime code to be a domestic code, I think it means, like, I made several posts before when the whole war crime code thing was coming up. People were making it seem that it's about a particular person. So I said the war crime code is a good thing, but if I'm talking as a war crime code, then it lost its essence. So it means the code was about Senator Johnson. That's what it would mean to people that it will validate, to who have said that even it will validate the two posts I made on that. So it should be the full-fledged war crime code, because he has said, let's go to the TRC recommendation. And they were saying, no, it's okay. If the war crime code comes for everybody, I will also sign it. Once it is not targeting me, I remember he made that statement separately. And now today in his grave, he's been proven right. And if the post from Councilor Gonglo is right, it's actually what the Senate is because I haven't heard on the Senate floor. It means they have validated the statement of Senator Johnson, and I'll be disappointed in every member of the Senate that will sign such document to limit the war crime code to domestic, domestic code where anybody get money can go and bribe, that. So I actually yet to see them discussing it, and then maybe we can elevate it. Maybe for now, let's take it. I will take it to be just a post from, a counselor, and his points are read. Okay, it would be failure to justice, because anybody in the case of the rape case, that two persons get raped, 14-year-old girl, one person is treated, the other person does not have white car, the other person doesn't have a car. So the person who get a car is treated differently because of status, because of everything. It will be the same thing with the work market if it is domestic, because somebody get money to go and bribe certain lawyer, even the judge and everything. So I would think it's a slap in the face of justice.
Mr. Host, you muted.
Thank you so much, man, Lorena. Let's hear you on this issue.
Thank you, Junior. Basically, I not read the script from Councilor Konglo, but with the issue of the war crime code, I think this government deserve, kudos, because people who today, like my brother Sadra, those were people who rule Liberia, and they put Liberia to where it is today in terms of bad governance, mismanagement of funds, and everything today. By evidence, you see that hardcore government officials were sanctioned. By evidence today, Liberians, I will not name them, stars of the CDC, today they are sanctioned. Look, the war crime code Liberia get to know that. For me, like I said, he are not reached to the house, so I don't really speak to that. But the issue of the war crime code, I think, Gion, you live in Rwanda. I went to school there. You know what happened in Rwanda, 1994. People are still being prosecuted for what happened in 1994. So the government is in no wrong to constitute the War and Economic Crimes Code. And as a matter of fact, few days.
I beg you, let's not divert from the topic. We're
No. You don't. No. That's not diversion. You give me the opportunity to lay my point.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ingest something. We're not saying the government is wrong. The point here tonight is, should we make the code a domestic code, like the way you got sacred code?
Coming now. I'm coming. That's why I'm laying the premise. The first thing for me, I'm not speaking as a lawyer, neither am I, a legal person. What I'm saying is the step by the government to even make the position. Man, you Liberia from HO, not this less than 2 years government. We have always trained on the budget path of 40-60, where government will raise 60%, 40% from international community. So get to also know that if there's a budgetary constraint and people who is not being, I don't know whether it's being presented to the house, but if it would be a domestic issue, you are not reached to that level. So for me, in my mind, the war crime code is still on path as we speak. I don't know whether the position from Councillor Gonglo is what we're discussing tonight, or it is the position from the government. So for me, I would not want to speak to that because government are not spoken. The legislature are not presented a bill. That's why I want to make clear here. The issue of the war crime code as an imbalance, for me, people used to make it as if it was, only Senator Johnson, Tomo Yaya Nimle, George Bole. There are a lot of people from other countries that were involved. But Nima is a unique country and very great country. That's why everything we had is always being publicized. So the issue of holding people accountable, for me, I don't see issue with that. Senator Johnson even signed to the war crime code. He signed to the passage of the establishment of the war crime code. So people want to attribute to Senator Johnson death, like, oh, he was targeted. No. Senator Johnson himself. The reason why Senator Johnson also took it as a lay is because when they say the war crime code, he only put it here too. That be frank. They say, oh, Gion, BKS. When they say BKS, then not Gion. Oh, BKS coming on today, Gion.
But we gotta be fair though. What we're saying is not
getting the concept.
Shadra, 1 second. So we are talking about a version of the one that they are proposing. So the one that the senator signed on to was the UN-backed war crime court. That's a big one. That's why everybody agreed to. That's what the government was supposed to implement. What we are asking, or what we're arguing against, is the fact that they're trying to dilute it, change it from a UN-based backed war crime court to a purely domestic war crime court.
So that's what we're saying. So, CEO, to be fair enough, on that point, for me, in my mind, I think then there's no, because having a domestic, the first thing is even having your case on the docket in Liberia, to even be adjudicated is another thing. So even opening a domestic, war crime court, whatsoever, to do what? Because the case what we are talking about is an international human rights violation. That's why war crime court is open and supported by the international community. For example, in Rwanda, and is supported by the international community. So if UN or whosoever responsible for the establishment of the war crime code. If they can, sponsor the war crime code, then there's no need, because having a domestic code, why would be the essence? It will be another burden on government. That's how I see it. But when it comes to Sadra them making it with politics, that's why I'm hating on him.
But what the politics are putting that way?
I'm making politics.
That's what you said. No politics there.
So
I'm really looking at the country and the insecurity it will provide for us.
Sarah, I beg you, let me keep you last. The reason I'm keeping you last is
but we all want to hear from Sarah, please. Yeah. Sarah is the reservoir we want to learn from. Like legal counsel guy.
I consider him as a veteran because he's graduating in December and I'm still in school. So, Sarah, let me pull you back up for a little bit. But I want to agree with Madam Lorena. I want to agree with Shadrach. I want to agree with the CEO. I also want to agree with Siawete. Now, first of all, the first thing that I had in mind today after I saw that commentary from Councillor Gonglo is that the War Crimes Code will not be established as it was proposed in 2027. Why do I say so? This proposed budget of 2026, the War and Economic Crimes Code is not captured in that budget. And we are expecting the code to be established in 2027 as it was proposed. Now, when this particular code is not captured in the budget, and you depend on international organization or donor fundings to establish such a code, and you saying you will make it a domestic code, it won't work. When I saw that today, I decided to do some little research. Why this will not work? One of the disadvantages of domestic war crimes code, lack of expertise in public international law or international criminal law, lack of expertise from our judges. Sierra Leone is there. We saw how Sierra Leone handled the issue of war crimes code. There were local or domestic judges who went to appeal on behalf of accused, but not to preside. If you bring in a domestic judge to preside over an international case, then conflict of interest comes in. The second point that I saw today during my research was the risks of political interference. Let's take, for example, President Joseph Yuman Boakai, brother or cousin, is accused of war crimes code. Do you think there will be fair justice? Or if the presiding judge, a domestic presiding judge, brother or cousin, is accused of war crimes, do you think there will be fair justice? I don't believe so. There won't. And the third thing that came to my mind, this is very important. That is threat and intimidation of witnesses. This thing has passed. It has passed ever since. Now, bringing it back, that means you got to protect every single individual that will stand up to say, yes, indeed, I want to speak up against this. When Sierra Leone did it, the court was not even in Sierra Leone. They were adjudicating the case in different country, not in Sierra Leone itself. But that court carried the name Special Court of Sierra Leone, not in Sierra Leone. The issue of interference of witnesses or intimidation of witnesses, it happens on a daily basis in Liberia, even with the domestic issues that we have.
It even creates threat for the judges themselves.
You see? So you cannot take an international issue or an international issue and turn it to a domestic issue. Those senators who call in themselves senators are wanting for this code to be a domestic code. I don't think they have the expertise or they know what they are doing. And let me make this disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer.
But man, let me hold you there for a second. So let's go to Cyrus real quick. Let him give his 2 cents. It looks like our honorable will soon be joining us. Yeah, so let me hold you there. Cyrus give his 2 cents, and then we can
But
have our
9 o'clock, we got 8 minutes to 11. They want honorable here.
but man, a boss man though.
Yeah.
So Cyrus, what's your take on that?
Yeah, for me, I will speak on the legal side of the court, of the establishment of the court, and I will speak also on the political side of it. So on the political side, I think the court processes died the very day Senator Johnson died. The court is Jeremiah Cohn's making. He, he is a brain behind this whole war crimes court thing, especially under their regime, because he actually wanted to use it to get Senator Johnson off so he could take charge of NIMBA. And by evidence, the vice president had to give 5,000 to the late senator to say he can use the 5,000 to look for lawyer. So it tells you clearly that he is a brain behind it. He needed to use it as a weapon to get the senator up because he did not know that the senator was going to die. So now that the pressure from that war crimes court thing, Senator Johnson, the moment people talk about war crimes court at the time, he would make it appear that they were talking to him. I was one of those pushing for the establishment of the court for full disclosure. I don't regret doing that. I actually want those who fought the war, those who committed atrocities to pay, to account for their actions. So, I still don't regret pushing for the establishment of the court. And on the legal side, there are too many questions that comes to mind. You will ask yourself, when you look at the structure of the judiciary, the Supreme Court, constitutionally, the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of justice. So now, if you establish a court, whether war crimes, economic crimes, what jurisdiction does the court have? What jurisdiction? Because you will now establish court that will be superior than the Supreme Court of Liberia. That's one thing. And if you want to domesticate the court, the war crimes court or economic crimes, whichever code you establish, if you want to domesticate it, for me, in my mind, I think the way to do it, you should have the primary court that will try, and then you have the appellate court where people will take appeal, because you cannot just establish one chamber, and when the chamber decides, then the decision becomes binding. Like that, judges can make mistakes. Judges can make procedural mistake. Judges can make legal mistake on laws and facts. So if you have the primary court, this primary court, if they want to domesticate it, once they establish the primary court will be like magisterial court. They will hear evidence after the full trial. When they bring their verdict out, then somebody who is not satisfied with such verdict will appeal the verdict to the appellate court. So the appellate court should be made to be like the final decision making body, that when they bring ruling, the ruling is not subject to appeal. I think if they want to domesticate it, that's the way they should do it. But to be fair with you, this whole war crimes court team, it died the very day Senator Johnson died. And another better way to do it, if they are honest about establishing war crimes court, or if they want people to account for their action, the legislature can pass a law to give trial jurisdiction to different international court, different tribunal. Like you have the ICC. You can write the ICC to give them, jurisdiction over those who committed atrocities in Liberia. So it raises a lot of questions, because if you just take people to ICC without the legislature passing law, they will raise issue of territorial jurisdiction. They will say their pleading might be, we committed a crime in Liberia, why is it we have been transferred to foreign court? So there are a lot of things. Or we can improve the criminal court to to improve it, to add war crime chamber to it, to train judges and prosecutors, to get foreign lawyers, to allow foreign lawyers to plead before our jurisdiction, because the Liberian constitution is clear, and it does not allow foreign people in foreign practice, foreign counselor to plead in our jurisdiction. So maybe they can amend portion of our law. They can amend portion of our law to give trial right to the criminal code, either criminal code A or code C or code E, or they can establish special code for it, if they want to domesticate it. But for me, everything is just a matter of bluff. There will be no war crimes court, as a matter of fact.
Thank you.
The person against whom the war crimes court was targeted as Senator Johnson. So now that he's gone, people are they are embarrassed. They're trying to work around it. They are embarrassed. Elections are coming, and they will not want Nimba to question them. That's why you see Kung and the other people behind it to ensure that it works.
Thank you. Thank you, Ama. You
can get in the back now.
So I'm finalizing that real quick. So welcome to the show, Ama. I know you came late, but we'll give you 5 minutes, and then I don't know where our host went, so I can finalize it with the guest real quick if he's joining or not, and then we will proceed from there. So we'll give you 2 minutes, Ama, to give your input on the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
The discussion. What is it, Lorena?
No, he said 5 minutes for the one.
No. You get him, man. 5 minutes, and he's the guest now. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, we get I'm on 2 minutes at 10 minutes. He get 5 minutes. And listen to him.
Your CDC man, getting plenty on the show, yo.
We're waiting for you.
CEO, thank you so much, and thanks to everybody. I tell you, I've been coming in for the show, but today, we have been having a lot of family engagement, and we have the family here with us. Without our family, if I turn the camera, we have our family here with us. So that has been the issue. So I've been following the show from the back. And I would love to continue that way for now. I just following the show. Let me just follow because I have family here with me. But we have to be here and share the show. Even if we are not on the show, we are sharing the show on various platforms. Thank you so much, CEO.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And
so say, Marina, I gave you the flow here. You are crying for my 5 minutes.
So we are really sorry that our guest couldn't appear tonight due to some unforeseen circumstances. But it was a great show though. So let's give each of us at least 2 minutes each to conclude as we come to an end of today's edition of the show. Let's start with you, Shadrach, because I don't want my Lorena going first, then you will go after her, then she will come back, then you come back now. So
I think that's the best. That's the best when he go when he attack. And then when you finish talking your own, when say Lorena can't you see she will sit down quiet and listen to you, or she will not interrupt you, nothing. But when she ready to answer, you start interrupting her now, then I also will have problem with you too. So
no, you see, CEO in all fairness, the reason I love Lorena? She's my harvest sister. She's my sister in faith. So I love her, and I always love her.
You always using this to go after Lorena. You always start with that harvest sister, and after that you go after her. It's not good. You gotta be real.
Okay, I accept it. So on a serious note, I want to be grateful for tonight, and I want to start with the issue of the cancellation of the fees. That's leadership, and I think it's in the interest of the country. Where the soul of Senator Johnson is now is resting in peace, because it would have been in real crisis, celebrating his peace while his family are in pieces. So I think it was a nice thing, and I want to commend whosoever came up with that idea, Senator Koga and the rest of the team. So again, on the issue of the war crime code, I would like to say to my brother Siawete that the issue you raised here, you did not say economic code. You say war crime court. So the CDC did not fight war to go to war crime court. Now, when you say economic crime court, then you will start from Eddie Johnson Sirleaf, which was a United Party-led government, come to George Weah, before coming to this Bwaka government that is building $10 million project in Lofa that nobody knows who's funding it. So the court will involve everybody. So the issue with the war crime court, again, I want to believe that regardless of the court being this or that, I want to believe that when it comes to the prosecuting eye, we don't have the capacity to prosecute those convicts that we're going to have. Because even what we call South Beach here is not capacitated enough. Okay? Even the judges themselves that have never even hold pistol, come to prosecute somebody that have hold RPG. Brother, tell me, half of the judges will die one night. So I want to believe that it is not advisable. It is something that's going to cause serious chaos, and we should all condemn it. Since the senator is dead, let us just accept the fact that war crime court has come to an end and let brotherly love continue. Thank you for the show.
Thank you so much, Brother Shadrach. Let's hear from you, man, and Laurie now. Let's hear your 2 minutes on the conclusion. You are muted. Yes, you, man, and Laurie now.
Is that me?
Let's hear you. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Your conclusion in 2 minutes. I think she's having some network problems. So let's go. Okay, go ahead.
It was kind of a beautiful show. The fact we were able to discuss some important issues in our nation, though we anticipated getting the political leader of CMC and the District 7 lawmaker to tell us his plan, discuss the yellow machine, this and that. I hope he can make a time to appear next. So on the issue of the war crimes court, one now vice president who was a senator, he said he supports the war crime court once the court is not about a particular person. I don't know if I'm the only person who ever heard that. So I know some of you heard it. He said I repeated it. So he said it shouldn't be like the war crime court is about a particular person. I'm saying this to say because somebody said he used the war crime court so that we can get Prince Johnson off because he didn't know Prince Johnson who was that. Nobody can even know where somebody coming that. So in the Senate, the vice president does not have a voting right. That's one thing. And
but he had the greatest lobbyistic power.
Gentlemen, hold on one second. Little our guest here. Our guest is here. And I'm sorry. Our guest is here.
No, we gotta reschedule. The followers have dropped.
But we still gotta get him on though. You can't.
No, CEO. I'm not cutting you off. CEO, when you have your show should have some standard. Okay. While it's true we have so much respect for our honorable, for which we are not going to dilute, but when we say 8 o'clock, we can be coming from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. No, you know that some of us got better schedules.
I will hold you there for a second. There are some things we cannot discuss on the platform here in public. And that's why we have internal chat, so we can discuss some of those things in-house. We can't discuss that on
here. I think with all fairness to honorability of being on time every time we're hosting, so probably
so
it might be some unforeseen today.
Yeah, I think
for me, my suggestion, you could appear, and just make a statement, and then
that's exactly what I'm
rescheduling.
But we're going for another 2 hours or so.
No.
Yeah, let him join us back. We'll bring him.
I think we did that the last time.
So Lorena, you can come. Yeah, we do. when it comes to these crucial issues, our leaders, we want to hear from them. We'll do whatever it takes to have them. And he's one of the few that tried to make time for us. You know,
Sure,
even when
he
he was
been doing
driving,
well.
even if he's not in Liberia, he would try to make time for us. So if he's coming towards the end, I'm pretty sure he's coming to apologize to his audience,
Yeah,
because he got a
that's
lot
why
of
he
people
wanted to.
following, and then we'll
That's
reschedule.
it.
But that's why I said that. But as far as the rules and regulations that govern our platform, we can discuss that in-house.
No
So, but
problem.
Mr. Lorena, you can conclude.
I mean, our CDC men
Yeah.
that
drive.
left it.
So like I was saying,
You know, Lorena.
he does not have a voting right unless there's a tie in the Senate. And so yes, he can lobby. Anybody can lobby. But lobbying does not always mean that you will have your will or you will succeed. It is possible that you lobby and maybe the demands are high, or maybe and then you don't get the number you need to be able to have your will. So I want to say the issue to think that the vice president will want to use the worker code to get the late PYJ off the political landscape of Liberia or of Lima. I think that it's just like discussing this very sensitive thing we are discussing. We are all, I think there is one thing that we have all ever agree upon since I've been on the show. So I don't want us to dilute it by accusing people because of other reasons. Why they show the work code as it was, it was established. I mean, let's say passed. I think that
Lorena,
writing
when you
it,
say dilute, what are you trying to say? That there is no evidence to the 5,000 that were promised, or what are you trying to say? When you say dilute, what are you trying to say?
giving some no, that was not. The argument is not about the 5,000 because the 5,000 Senator Johnson he just spoke of it. So I can't say yes, it was true, but it was not true. But the fact that he spoke of it, so it means maybe 5,000. Okay, so say that the VP used the work record like he brought about the work record, the passing of the work record, the passage of it, so that Senator Johnson can be removed from the political landscape because he wanted to take over. I said we shouldn't dilute this very sensitive thing that the councilor have brought to life. Maybe the council, he's a lawyer, he got a lot of friends, or well, 60%. So maybe people didn't think that happening that we might not have heard that he trying to bring it to life. So I want us to discuss it with an open mind to say, oh, somebody did it, somebody did. Because for me, I will be blaming the senator, and the number one senator I will blame will be Darius Dillon, especially so if it is true, and then he vote to say it will be domesticated. I'll be very much disappointed because why? He has said even after the passing of Senator Johnson, he has said that he used that to always scare Senator Johnson to leave when it's time for a vote so that he can reduce the start Senator Johnson on. He has said that repeatedly. There are a lot of clips about him saying that. So that's what I would like to say about it. It's good to point fingers at people, but that point finger when we have facts. And number two, that point that we can be discussing the thing that nobody on the show.
So, Lorena, which other fact do you really want? Yeah.
You talk, I didn't talk. I not question me. I didn't come to do question. Stop. You are talking. I didn't ask you a question. You're not a host. You're not a. So what are you asking me a question for? You are talking. Did I?
No, but discuss as Marina. Don't say I want you or don't say I want us. Yeah, discuss as an individual. Don't say I want us.
Chris,
you can't live though. So you can't live.
I can't let's see you, but she keeps saying I don't want us. No, that is fear individual because her understanding on the police is different from ours. She can't say I want us.
And
that is fear of Marina. That is fear of Marina.
Also against me. You say us, then you can't tell me to vote. That would be okay. Does that solve your problem? Come on, it's 18 hours for you to stay down and rest your body. You can't stay down to come disrupt people too. Yeah, so like I was saying, there have never been any topic on this show that all of us, the panelists, agree upon. So this means this topic is sensitive. We kind of connected to it emotionally. We kind of like see it the same way in most perspective. And also to accuse somebody when we don't have fact, and it would not be good.
You
Then on the issue, I will not take a question from you. On the issue of the fees, like I said, that I have always said it should be discussed from the perspective of Nima tradition. It should not be like this person is right, this person is wrong, because where Senator Koga and Vice President Kun will sit or will meet to discuss and move ahead, none of us here will be there. And what it still seems to be that they on different path. When they're making that phone calls and talking XYZ, they don't tell you, they don't tell me. So we should not let to say, okay, I'm supporting for President Kunso because of that. Anything Koka does, I will condemn it. If I want to say something to Senator Koka, I will call him. I have always done that. I mean, you can follow the show. I can call him. I don't have to prove evidence because I need to prove to you to a living sedition. So I will call him and discuss it with him and say, nephew, XYZ, he will say, Mama, he will tell me his star. And I think between him and myself, now I'm going to go tell our person Kun. And the same thing with our person Kun and say XYZ. And he say, call when he tell me his star. I don't have to go come to prove to any living sedition because the best sedition get confused is the dead one. I'm not going to be wasting my energy on living sedition. So because I will lost the privilege of talking to those two people in confidence if I ever come on, I want to discuss those things. That's why I would to say, and I hope it's been 5 seconds. I don't know whether we are ever discuss the 2026 draft budget, but if we are not, I think we can take maybe a day or two to discuss it. But for me, I'm looking at the budget. I started reading it, not from the figure 1 point something billion. I'm looking at it from the developmental angle as a student of development to see how does that impact Nima University, Sending Hospital, comprehensive.
Yeah, imagine.
Thank you so much. Chris, I beg you, Chris, don't do that to us here tonight. Chris, let's hold you there. Let's go to you, Sia, with your 2 minutes, and after you go to Sarah's Dankwa, and then Chris will take us home.
Is it a man skip me?
Thank you, John. Oh, see you coming.
No, my only announcement I got is we'll try to reschedule our honorable man. Hopefully Wednesday. I will have to check with him, check his schedule. Again, finger crossed. We are hoping to host Molva Molu Jr., the leader of Stands, tomorrow, and he has confirmed that with me. So hopefully we'll host him tomorrow, and then we'll try to get the honorable back on Wednesday. And y'all don't forget about our groundbreaking. Y'all don't forget about our groundbreaking is on Saturday in Ganta.
We'll be there.
Thank you, CEO. We have reached out to most of these people, and even we encourage people on this platform. Why is we are inviting and other folks to contribute as founder to this platform. We also need to contribute.
All right, Senator, I'll hold you there. I'll hold you there for a second. We want to welcome Honorable Ability. I know, again, as I said previously, that the schedule will all mix up, and it's a little late. But he has been one of the folks that will always try to make time to talk to Nima people. The people from Tapeta, Booyah, everyone was waiting tonight. They all had their stuff scheduled, waiting to hear from you. But unfortunately, your schedule got conflicted there. And a lot of your followers been following, waiting, asking, where's our leader? Where's our leader? And I know you have some conflict schedule. So we want to say welcome to the show. We'll give you a few minutes to talk, and we'll have to reschedule it to Wednesday or Thursday.
Yes, absolutely. Gentlemen, I'm really sorry. The CMC is delivering a reporter to the national budget, which the political leader has to present. And so obviously a team has to prepare me to go over to rehearse, prepare the materials, and make sure that I am ready. That was not in the schedule, and I just arrived this evening. So when I got home, they were already home waiting for me. I just couldn't say, no, I'm really, really sorry. If you want us to do it tomorrow, if you want us to do it Wednesday, in addition to whatever little time we have tonight, I'll be more than happy.
Okay. So you think you can do? I will call you. We'll schedule that. We'll
Yeah,
schedule that.
anytime, Chief. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, just let me know. I'll make myself available.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Our guest, maybe Gino have one question to ask, but I know you're in Liberia now. Again, thank you so much for all your commitment. Saturday is the
Yeah.
big day
I
for
hope you
us.
communicate that with the political leader.
We're not.
Huh?
Don't relax. Don't bring out your politics stuff yet.
But the man time means they will go to the chat room to talk. Minutes on the
The honorable man is going to be our chief launcher on Saturday, so don't bring that your politics.
We'll be there.
We'll look forward to it. So, Gino, you got anything to say? If not, we can have the honorable say something to his follow-up.
Yeah, before the honorable go, I want to say welcome, but we have gone out of time. You've been traveling or late, so let's just touch down your USA team for one. Then tomorrow, when you join us or day after, then we can have it discussed in full. Recently, when you visited the US, you met with Senator Susan Farr. Tell us what was in the conversation that you guys have for the Liberian people.
The senator is a very lucky woman. People pass through her and become president of Liberia. So I was just following the ritual. The last time President Baka was former vice president, he passed that. And the next time she heard of him, he was president. So I'm happy to have fulfilled that ritual. And I look forward to being the next president of Liberia in 2029.
Wow, good.
Yeah. So while you prepare your reporter on the entire budget thing, I think when you come back, then we can have everything in
one. Absolutely. It will be detailed. It will be professional. CMC is not just a party that is in the trenches, building bridges. It's not just a party building road. It's not just a party waving T-shirt. It is also a party of educated, highly qualified people that can dissect the national budget and give alternative positions and to push the argument forward. We think that there are some major flaws in the budget, and therefore tomorrow.
They say you can't eat your cake to have it back, so just keep it for us as you speak. Just keep it for us.
You should listen tomorrow at 4:00. It'll be on time. That's one of the hallmarks of the CMC. When we say 4, we'll be there, and all the major stations will carry it.
Where are you going to have this event here?
At our headquarters.
In Congoton.
Folks will be there.
At Sove. So we hope you will come to cover it for the people of Nimba, get our views, and then obviously immediately after the speech, a print and hard copy will also be made available to everyone there, so that you can utilize it the way you see fit, and then 24 hours later, a clean version of our official report to the national budget will also be published.
I think we'll be able to host you tomorrow. We'll push our other guests for Wednesday because it'll be hot off the wire,
a lot of questions for you.
I know most of the network have approached me to be hosted tomorrow about what you can do for Nimba.
You talking about Nimba? We'll be waiting for you tomorrow. We'll host you tomorrow. We'll advertise it. We'll share the news.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. So,
and like CEO really started today, but we'll
no problem, Chief.
We understand, Chief. You always coming, so
always.
Yeah.
I want to get it from you today, Claire.
I will give you a call. I will give you a call. I will give you a call tomorrow.
Chris, what's up?
Okay, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Okay, please.
So they get speak
Ahmed,
to all two.
see you in December. See you in December.
Okay, yeah.
They told you will come in there. Yeah.
So, Honorability, thank you for coming. In 2 minutes, just speak to the people of Tapeta, the people of Yahweh Meslon, the people of Buyao, the people of District 2, Sani Kolima.
You live in a man district, bien? Oh.
Yeah, that the main district now. So we can't go, okay, Second PA, the rest of the places. Speak to them in
Yes,
2 minutes.
I want to say good evening to the people of Ban City, to the people of Secretary District 7, Weebay, Zobao, the entire number. I want to particularly speak to 2 people. One are the people of We and Doru, and the people of Bo and Quila.
You're not speaking of Buyao people. We can
You
give
will
photo.
No, but we already there. We can go dedicate your bridge, my brother.
Okay,
Less than
that's
3
great.
weeks. We can go dedicate your bridge. But those 2 people, I just want to let them know that they have not been forgotten. That road that connects Blogly and run through Bo and Quila, and that road that passed through Gui and Doro, and no promises have come over years and years and years. I just give you my word, those promises will be fulfilled. You will finally have a role. When people, you're relaxed, you'll finally have a role, to pass on. And life will be easier for our people. Our job is to, look, the government, is our partner. So when we go somewhere, they want to go there, we'll go somewhere else. Liberia is big. We're not arguing with
The
them.
people calling on you, Chairman Benete, the people saying, government, please wait. That Benete can't do the bridge for us. But when you come back tomorrow, we'll discuss this.
Government have more power than me. If the government say, the bridge in Banga, I have informed that Representative Co that by next week, I said by next week, if we don't have a permission, we have to move those things to Lofa County, and we have to move it to District 4 in Nima County. I mean, these are the areas that we have made recent commitment, and we have to live by those commitments. So we have to do what we have to do. We hope that I just reading the project. I think nothing there for Bon County for that week, but let's see.
No, we'll keep that one for tomorrow. Those are the questions that I had for you. We'll keep that one for tomorrow.
I read a communication
so that you
today.
get a copy of our statement, so that you can be able to share it with the panelists, and they can ask us any question. And I'm sure you have a copy of the budget printed out. Let's set away tomorrow discussion. Any question you ask me on my statement, please refer to the page of the budget that you're talking to, because I finished eating the whole budget in my head.
I trust you.
Thank you for being here, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My apologies again to the people who waited for us tonight. We are really, really sorry. When you become leader now, any leader that just get out and say I'm going to speak, you make mistake.
Oh yeah.
Me, I don't do that. I have a whole team that will come prepare me. The speech I'm giving tomorrow, I'm ready like 4-5 times. My delivery, my everything is rehearsed. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
So that all the small things will take it out. So tomorrow, when you see me now, I deliver now as Nimbaya, you'll be very proud.
Very proud of you.
See you tomorrow. We'll make the negotiation. We'll make the connection. All our radios will be ready to relay again.
Yes, obviously, and obviously, we'll talk about that. Truth FM and BKS. It's about time that we begin some form of collaboration, so that we can get Nimba County people more access to raw material from the mouth of the newsmaker of our county.
Thank you.
And see you on Saturday. We'll be there, my brother.
Okay.
Give you all the support that you need.
Thank you so much, Chief.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.
Chris, later, man.
Chris O. All right. So who was in flight? and I cut them off.
Chairman
Nah, that's
Benson.
everything.
in flight.
That's
Yeah,
everything.
go ahead, everything.
Yeah, thank you. Like I said, honorability. I mean, he always appear. He's been one of the NIMA stakeholders. He, Councilor Gonglo, and the rest of the folks, they are actually been doing well each time we reach out to them. So I knew tonight, even the last time when he appeared, lately he was in transit. We had to reschedule and he came the next day. So he's also, he's available every time we reach out to him. For the discussion tonight, I think it was good. And with no form of, sometimes that's why I say our discussion at times should go beyond politics. And the issue of Senator Johnson funeral, how they call memorial, it is important, but it's not more important than the family relationship, because who are you going to celebrate? It's the family. So I think Koga and myself, we even spoke on that, and he said it. And the vice president, too, being the arrowhead now, the county, he was able to listen, because they are the one, who he announced that last year when we got done with the burial. So he announced that to the public. So he needed also to live by his word, and the folks out there. So I mean, it's good. The program was intentional to honor the legacy of Senator Johnson. So once that issue has been resolved, they can put it on any date in this year to be celebrated. Because once the family issue are resolved, it will be nice. With the issue of the establishment of the court, like Saros and Lamented on some of these things, I even wanted to touch it, but I didn't have the time, because the Supreme Court is the higher court, the final arbiter of justice in the country. So having other subordinate courts, I don't know what role will they play beyond the Supreme Court. So I don't know, will it be another, I know how they, for example, like you got criminal court A or criminal court Y that are subordinate to the Supreme Court. So all of these things, once the document comes, people who are knowledgeable to that will call them to also get a legal opinion and the expert opinion, and to get more information, on that. But the issue of war crime code, for me, I think Liberians presented as only Senator Johnson, and Senator Johnson too also bowed to it, and he was taking pride in that. Soon as they war crime code, you start calling people. Sometimes late night the old man will call, say, wait, you listen to that one today. So we miss him for those things. I mean, we really miss him, and we hope that his feast or a memorial will be rescheduled for Nima people to celebrate his legacy. So I mean, it was a good show tonight. Let's sometimes put away politics. This government is doing, and the best. When listening to people that Sadra then want to criticize, and the Unity Party government, sometimes I just sit and laugh. But this now should be celebrating that after 18 to 19 months now, we got, petroleum prices are stable, rice price. You don't see people jumping over Freeport fence. A lot of good things are happening in the overhead that are being, acquired, a chorus that have been sung in Liberia today.
Which overhead?
Bridge.
Which overhead? Which
So,
overhead?
I mean,
The procureur don't have regime.
Hey, man,
who secured the overhead bridge? Who secured the overhead that you want both?
I think our commerce too is doing well. A lot of things is happening that on the CDC today. The visa repository that we got in Liberia, on the regime. I know it comes from CDC again. We also got the issue of the UN General Assembly, where Liberia has gone, and on the non-permanent seat, that CDC again. So we want to thank this government that even our national envelope, we can even vision that to reach $1 billion. So kudos to the Ministry of Finance and the Liberian government, and thanks to Honorable Augustine Kwe Gafuan and our president and his able lieutenant. We take pride in this government, and we say thank you. Likewise, CDC, where they will go and distribute 25 million to money changer, not on this government.
Thank you. I lost track of the Sunday. So Cyrus, you done, right? Yeah, Sarah, then you next. You can do your 2 minutes parting or concluding statement.
Thank you, CEO. Thank you. I listened to Lorena when she tried to scapegoat some of the happenings in their camp, the Jeremiah Cone movement, and they don't want to be honest. They are struggling with fallacy. They continue to mislead our people, but their conscience will not serve them right if they continue to lie. I felt discouraged when she said, um, Mr. Kuhn does not have control over the Senate and he does not have voting right. He did not vote. You know, I mean, how can you say a sitting vice president? The man has preponderant influence over the the Senate. So the guy is influential. The guy can make things to happen. Why, when it came to Senator Johnson time, he could not stand his ground. He could not lobby the same way he can lobby for Garrison to be dismissed, the same way he can lobby for women pay to be replaced, the same way he can lobby for Nimbayans to lose job. Why was it strange for him to lobby when it came to protecting Senator Johnson? I mean, this is somebody who just went to the president because of personal disagreement he and Wilmot had. He went to the president. He said Wilmot should be replaced with
We, we,
Tingba.
we don't have no evidence of that yet, though.
So
Women hasn't said anything.
the evidence is the material evidence is women did not commit any crime. Women was never dismissed for corruption. So what could be the reason? The reason is just simple disagreement, and they brought in Timba, one of his surrogates. So now this man went to the president. According to the president himself, he told Yelu in Kakata, he said, "Your brother said we should get you out because you campaign against us." So if he can do all of those, why couldn't he protest Senator Johnson to tell the president, this old man brought you and I to where we are? So they defend some of these things. It's annoying. We need to be sincere to ourselves, especially when we are engaged in public discourse. The entire discussion surrounding this Senator Johnson memorial, they will say it should not be politicized, but the intent of the memorial is to prove political point. They want the buyers to know that they love Senator Johnson. You love the man, you could not protect the same man that you say you love, but you want to love him in his grave. Our people need to be careful. Our people need to rethink. And I want to appreciate Honorable Koga for being far-sighted, for standing his ground in the interest of his people, his family. Because if Senator Koga had not, put stop to their activities by now, they are all over the place. Like I said earlier, people want to use it to make money. The likes of Cole, the likes of Von Swagley, people want to make money out of it again. And Senator Johnson family having issue. They are not seeing eye to eye, but the VP finds no interest in that. But he just want to prove a point, to make Nimba people, just to entice our people. It's not right. He's a leader for all of us. Regardless of our disagreement, he's a leader for all of us. And Honorable Koga did the honorable thing by stepping in, and putting stop to them, because what they plan to do, whether or not people are having problem, they say, Jeremy, not going to have our team. The press will carry the news. People who will be there to eat a cow, they will carry the news. People will be happy, and by that will still maintain our popularity with the county. It doesn't work like that. We are talking about somebody who made you. Let's try to fear God. Somebody who made you is lying in his grave. His school that should be giving money to his widow, the school is closed. No money. The children are helter-skelter. Some of the kids are sick. You don't care. As a vice president that he made, all you care about to be killing cows. And my big brother every day, who is a financial person, said they'll be doing that annually though. They'll be doing that annually. Every year they'll do it. But the people said the money they will raise from there, the money they will spend on that occasion, it can't maintain the school. Okay, I agree, it can't maintain the school. But what if you invest the money?
Let me learn, please.
Money will not be.
No, you can't say that, man. We got time. No, Sarah said knows that. You know what time it is, Sarah there?
I agree with you. Let me just close real quick. So when the people said Sarah was in error when he said the money will not make any impact on the school. No, the money will make impact. You can look at few departments, says one cow at 800, the 40 cow calculate it. You look at few departments in the school and say, okay, these are critical departments, we'll open them, and the other one you'll be lobbying. And you forget about the 40 cows thing. You buying 40 cows, you buying 500 bags of rice. You giving
a sustainable plan about a university. It's now a day.
But what's the urgency? What's the urgency?
I want to disagree with you too on that. When you say sustainable plan, the VP said this thing will be celebrated every year.
Every year.
So can we make that a sustainable plan for the university?
And see the point I'm making. Prince Johnson will not come back. Prince Johnson will not come back in 10 years for somebody to say, oh, because he will come back. We want him to come back to say, oh, wow, you didn't do this for me. Prince Johnson will never come back. So the fact that he will be there forever, why if you wait until 2024? Why if you wait, not 2024, but 2026 to 2027? Why will happen? It will not change anything. This man will not come back and he will not complain to anybody why at that such thing has not happened. So what's the urgency? The best way to make the man to rest, open his university, invest that money in the university, that the children go to school.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. Thank you. And with the feast thing, yeah, you can plan it up to a certain amount of time. But anyway, thank you. So I think, Chris, you're the last person. You just give you 2 minutes, conclude, and then take us home.
Thank God, the 2 minutes can go up to 5 minutes. Go 10 minutes. And no time. Thank you. I'm not CNC man. I remain a very strong supporter of President Weah, and I'm proud to say anyway. So I'm not yet. See, it's my right. It's my right to assist with anybody. So
thank you, Comrade.
Yeah, I will talk on a few things, but I will remember brother Siawete when he was outlining what the government do, but you forget to mention a few things. I want to remind you on it. Should not forget to mention this government 50.05% of the population of the children like out of school is a research. Use your phone. So you forget to mention it. The total number of Liberian students children now out of school, 50.05% out of school right now. Only your government. Do another research on it. I hope you will mention it. Maybe the next time we speak here with it. He also forget that President Boga been touring. He can't come by the country anything to tell us. He use our resource of the trouble.
Chris,
right?
When you get data, a good or get a source of the data, then you accept to be credible. You don't just call
Lorena, please protect Chris. We don't have time. Please protect Chris.
To speak like, you know, when you give him speak, you don't just call you. When you can't take money,
I will get to you. Relax.
Anybody say lying.
You say when I go on a website, put on your phone there right now. Those two in it. Do it right now and come back. So the next thing is, instead of speaking, forget to mention that President Boga been touring. He not bring anything back to tell Liberian people. You can mention it. Yeah, you can mention it. So don't forget to mention that 60% of the appointment on the government for Lofa. You could talk about it. You forget. I want to remind you, brother. Under the government, I forget to take any project in Nima. But Manchester President Lofa can say it's a record there. 10 million project, the solar project, everything Lofa. You don't mention it. I can remind you over police going to people how to fire. They mean a mental man, father, mental how to kill you. It's another record for your government.
Mafia
And the
Molba.
list goes on. All your lawyer remove guys, you know, other people illegally. It's out there. It's a public thing. And you guys will make sure you want to go to the welfare issue. It's somehow frustrating that people will try to sugarcoat to suicide individual. Soon as us will not enter account. The welfare code was meant to get rid of Prince Johnson. It will tell our people in Nima. You don't like it, you like it, anyway, feel about it. President, the former senator made the VP. Tell a deal. You do not have 5,000? You do not have money? He had money. He only went to him as a son. He said, "Oh, 5,000 people look for lawyer. That James Senator Johnson. How many people said, how many will condemn that? But I want duty to sue the vice president. They're not brave to say it. And we will say it. The worker who made the get rid of Prince Johnson will tell our people in Nima. And we will say it with no fear. And we will fear people. Hey. Then not the worker who you said, Kum was dead. Kum was dead. We watch him where he was. Since the Nigerian died, they don't finish on the floor. We don't fight on the floor of debate. If the video was real serious about the worker quote, since the Nigerian died, you're raising the floor. We have to be real to our conscience right here. And then one of meant to get rid of Prince Johnson and people in Nima, they did not take Prince Johnson from the way. And what they did, and we keep saying it.
Chris, if Kun is not powerful, how they talk about surface on NFA period?
So the issue that is people should not do this to sugarcoat to make a baby. You know, you're not saying you're not getting a job. I don't want a job for baby. I was saying any kind of way that each of the people. That one the frustration came Prince Johnson. The worker for frustration came Prince Johnson. And we remind our people on it. And my last point, Joe, what I believe is this feasting, right?
No,
what is this show?
Chris,
I beg you. I beg you, Joe. On this show, right? Say on this show. When we talk about feast issue, we say the procedure, the tradition. It was wrong. She defended on the show. And today, we're in it. We're in it today. We're in it today. We have to say the truth. Our nephew will make feel for the parents. Nephew. The baby is our nephew. He can determine to us to make our parents feel in him. He can suggest to us. And we said it to yesterday. People said about to was saying. It was a damn respect the tradition. To send a cook and the rest of the people out. How a nephew will determine the parents to do things. It was wrong, but today I think the elders, they are seeing the reality. I hope that when my sister coming by now to the disco, when we are around, that will be real to the issue. Thank you.
Thank you. So tomorrow we'll be hosting Honorable Ability. It'll be after his press conference regarding the budget at his CMC headquarters. So we urge that everyone get a copy of the budget. If you don't have it, let me know. I'll send it to you. You can go through it. You know, you don't have to be financial expert. There's just some basic stuff there. You have to be able to help to answer questions tomorrow and ask questions tomorrow from an informed background. So we'll be hosting tomorrow. Hopefully, everybody will be able to come on time and to have a very good show tomorrow. It's going to be very important. We're asking, as you know, we're asking every question necessary, and we'll talk about the budget, Nima County, Nima politics, all the unfolding Nima, his plans and everything when it comes to that. So yeah, great show. I enjoy everything. I think it has been a wonderful show. Thanks to all of you for coming. Thanks again to all of you for taking up your time and being part of this. We look forward to. We are looking forward to November 15th. Ganta is going to be a good one. Groundbreaking ceremony. Let's share the word out there and let our people know. Invite people. Chris, invite the people from Tapeta. You know, I know many of you. Yeah, you will use that. You'll use that station in time to come. District 6. Yeah, it will cover District 6 too. So don't overlook it. But overall, it's been a good show. Thanks to my brother Shadra, sis Lorena, Savati Zogetua, Cyrus.
Savati Zogetua.
And the one Chris, and of course my own son Junior. So yeah, I think that's all I have. We'll look forward to meeting here tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow.
All right, thank you.